Begone, foul spirit.
You're tormented. By what?
Forgive me, but I must ask directly. Are you a man?
뭘 목에 달고 계시네.
I no longer trust my senses.
위쳐.
Not exactly. I'm a witcher. Quite a few folk think I don't deserve to be classified as a member of the human species. Know some personally.
A witcher? But no. Nor can you help me.
We'll see. Just tell me what the problem is.
A foulness, a demon or wraith haunts me, grants me no rest. It wants something. I sense this, but know not what. Each day it appears, tarries, then leaves. It's here now, there, beyond the trees.
Don't see a thing.
Of course not. It cannot be seen.
Yet you see it?
Only when I drink the brew, which brings a pain to my head, nausea. But I endured these to keep an eye on the rain.
탕약을 마시면 그게 보인다.
This demon of yours, can you describe it?
It is an enormous horse. Its hoof
거대한
pounding in
말이야.
the dark. It gallops to me, stops, stares, then runs on.
Sure it's not just a wild horse, run-of-the-mill?
The creature is not of this world. When it gazes at me, a terrible chill pervades my soul. It is evil condensed. Its eyes black, void. Each time it comes, terror grips me. I cease what I'm doing, still my breath and heart.
What's your brew made of? Gotta wonder what's causing such strong visions. You drop in some mushroom, jumper tub, dancing dewlap?
Close.
회색
Common
갓
grey top.
버섯이.
I see you know your herbs.
Grey top? Variety's extinct if I recall correctly.
Nearly, but not quite. I was able to grow a few from dried spores. I'd hoped a brew of grey top would reveal this
이
nightmare.
아줌마 목소리도 되게 낮다.
As far as I know, grey top produces some powerful side effects. Though it can, in fact, reveal the hidden, the immaterial.
Yes, I see the evil. Better that than to know it is there, but not know where.
보수를
Need to talk
정해볼까?
about how much I'll get paid first.
Is it gold you want?
Orens or Novigrad crowns. Florins will work too.
I've none of any coin.
캉!
I've nothing, in fact.
감자.
Just potatoes in the cellar. A good crop this year.
감자
Tended this
주신대.
quickly, completely, and several sacks will be yours.
와, 이제 문호동 일도 하는군요. 좋아,
Don't
감자.
have a choice, I guess. Potatoes it is, but how many?
그냥 그래, 이거 줘.
Agreed. That many I can spare.
좋아.
Fine. You seem sure something's out there. I'll see what I can do. Start by taking a look around.
나도 그 탕약 먹어야 되는 거 아니야? 신규 퀘스트 유령마. 오예. 어디서 하악질이야? 여긴가? 응? 응?
For fear the nightmare comes again.
저기 위쳐 센스를 사용해서 근방을 조사하고 은자를 괴롭히고 있는 게 무엇인지 알아내자인데 은자라는 게 혹시 저 아줌마 이름이야?
Dead moths. Attracted to some ghosts like to the light of a candle. Seems there's at least some truth to the hermit's ravings.
집에 늑대가 있어요? 대단하지 않습니까? 저 늑대가 늑대도 있고 개도 있고 고양이도 있고.
Dead moths, attracted to some ghosts like to the light of a candle.
은둔자?
Seems there's at least some truth to the hermit's ravings.
고행자 선언.
Common gray top, strong hallucinogen, thought extinct. Don't often get to see that. Drops of blood on the pillow, trail of him leading to the window. Shutters closed tight. Need to check the other side, see if the trail continues. Trail of blood starts at the pillow, ends here. Medallion's still vibrating.
It looked at you, then galloped into the woods.
Something drinks the hermit's blood at
윤자의
night.
피를
That I
마시고
know.
있어?
Gotta talk to her. Maybe she can tell me something more.
밤마다 아줌마 피를 누가 마시고 있대.
Witcher.
오, 약초도 팔아요,
What do you
할머니.
have to sell? Like to take a look.
약초 파시는 분이었군요. 빵원? 진짜 빵원 있으시네?
Heard flagellants whip themselves to atone for all humankind's wrongs, to appease the gods, gain their forgiveness. That why you do it?
We've each our own reasons. I seek to atone for the suffering of a living being, which once fell victim to another's vanity. I care not for humankind, preferring instead the company of animals.
Most likely some kind of wraiths tormenting you. Can't tell
강재현.
what kind, though. Felt weak, spent lately? Notice bite marks on your skin?
As I said, I feel weaker by the day. And bites, of course. There are lice and midges here aplenty.
This isn't lice. Something much bigger drinks your blood while you sleep.
But I do not sleep. Not a wink. He's always present, always watching. I cannot bear it any longer.
Sadly, not much I can do. Can't exterminate it if I can't see it.
The grey top. I shall make a brew of it for you. I've 2 mushrooms left. Enough for 1 dose.
탕약을 만들어줄게.
Perhaps then you'll see what I do.
A proper brew could be our only chance to figure this out. All right. High time we tried this.
옆에 강도 있는데
If I start muttering something about unicorns
유니콘이나
or sorceresses,
소서리스.
ignore it.
유니콘 못 봤다고잉. 이제 이걸로 이거 먹고 애들이랑 대화하면 돼요? 애들이 본 거에 대해서 물어보면 되나요? 쓰러졌어! 아니 평소에 마시는 탕약보다 심각해? 로치가 있다. 옆에 로치가.
Don't see no wraith.
Wow, this clover's amazing. Now that's what I call a bouquet.
Who said that?
탕약에
Oh, you're awake. Had me worried. You were out way too long. Even considered giving you some
부작용인가요?
white honey. Kinda hard to do with hooves, though.
Roach?
남자 같은 목소리지?
Your voice. It's, interesting. Gotta say, I expected a young mare to sound, girlish.
Based on what? Your vast experience with talking animals? As far as I know, I'm your first.
Good point. Must be the brew that did this. Interesting side effect.
Great, isn't it? You should take this stuff more often. Got so
조언을
many
해줄 수
pointers I
있다고?
could give you.
Can't, sadly. Drinking this too often could prove fatal.
나나 떨구지 말고 다녀. 내가 휘파람 불 때마다 항상 나타나는 거야? 안 나타날 때도 있어.
Hey, know how you always show up when I whistle? How's that work exactly?
Well, you're my human. Gotta be there when you need me. Yes, I'll be there for you, ooh, as the world falls down.
Still kinda strange. How you cross the ocean when I call sometimes, but then get
바다를 가로질러 오면서 울타리에 걸린대.
What can I say? Everyone's got limits.
아,
Listen, got this contract I need to finish before the brew wears off.
Right. Monster won't slay itself. Let me see. First up, I need to know what we're dealing with. Follow me, and try not to trample any plants or small animals.
소한테 말 안 걸어? 소한테도 말 걸어.
Geralt, we gotta inspect this area closely. I'll look for clues. You stand there and, well, just stand.
나보고 그냥 서 있으래.
Will you look at that?
안녕 졌어.
Skesme.
왜 죄송해?
Greetings.
안녕.
Skesme. Greetings. Skesme.
너 독일 소야?
Greetings.
여기 소가 아니야?
Don't see anything here.
These are hoof prints. Not just any old horses either. These were left by an astral being. Otherworldly. We gotta follow them. Geralt, look! This here's definitely a clue!
Lipio to keep you from hangovers too.
Dead moths often mean a phantom's nearby.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. Now, what about the smell? Same whiff I caught at the cemetery in Vizima when we were hunting ghouls. The smell of death.
Smells normal to me. Not taking me for a ride, are you?
Seriously?
Greetings. Lipio
All right. Now I know what we're up against.
You look thirsty. thirsty indeed.
In need of a song, Sir Knight? Or an epic poem, perchance?
노래나
Or jewel spec?
시도 불러주는 거야?
In need of a song, Sir Knight? Or an epic
Sophia,
poem,
have you beaten
perchance?
You've been to Zarikania. Ophia, have you beaten her? You've been to Zarikania.
Right, Geralt. Let's sum up what we know
나
so
알아낸
far.
거 없는데. 알아낸 게 없는데.
We're dealing with some kind of wraith or phantom, most likely. It visits the hermit at night, drinks her blood. Even if we manage to find it, I've got no idea how I could possibly fight it.
Geralt, please, I got this. It's definitely an umbra,
알아냈어?
an immaterial wraith.
그림자
This one's
망령이야?
assumed the form of a horse.
An umbra actually makes sense. Umbrae are completely invisible, even to witchers. But how can you be sure?
Because it's not invisible to me, Doofus. It's right over there.
얼간이래.
It's getting away! Come on, Witcher! Hop in the saddle! Gotta catch it!
이제 쫓아가야 되나?
There's the Umbra! Let's go, Geralt! After it! Hey! Gotta save my strength a bit. No telling how long we're gonna need to keep running.
루치.
Geralt, we gotta have a man-to-horse talk. No offense, but your riding skills, they leave a bit to be desired, buddy. You'd really do me a solid if you could, apply a slightly surer hand. Be a little more decisive about where you want me to go. Sometimes I got no idea, buddy. Do I go left, right, toward where I'm standing?
Yeah, and it'd be great if you could respond more fluidly to my
Hey,
commands.
heard this one? Horse walks into a tavern, and the innkeeper says, "Hey, pal, why the long face?" Ah! Let's not lose sight of that Umbra. Can you see it now?
Yeah, it's right there. Run, Roach.
What the fuck do you think I'm doing?
이 자식이 욕을. 똑바로 안 뛰어. 빨리빨리 못 뛰어. 이렇게 못 뛰어. 너 너무 느린 거 아니야?
As long as we're being candid, I gotta ask. Why do you sometimes buck me off in the middle of a fight?
First I've heard. Don't recall that ever happening.
Of course you don't.
Melted into thin air.
가만히 있는 주제에 시끄러 죽겠네. 뭐라는 거야? 응? 일로 와. 일로 오라고. 일로 오라고. 일로 오라고. 어? 또 있어? 에이헤이. 기둘.
Come on, come closer.
데미지 쩔지? 와우. 탕약을 먹고 안 먹고 차이가 큽니다. 여긴 뭔데? 누가 여기다가 이래나? 이거 이게 아니군. 이건가? 누구 묘지야 이거?
Marcello Clerici, knight,
마르셀로 클레리시 기사?
was more or less the same age as our hermit. Seems his spirit's become a horse-shaped umbra that's tormenting Penastri.
Why are you telling me this? I can read and draw my own conclusions.
스스로 결론 내릴 수
That's
있어?
all. Helps me focus.
혼잣말이 너무 심하셔, 아저씨. 겁은 많아갖고.
Geralt, it's the Umbra! Attack!
Let me explain.
Talk, but make it fast. Why are you tormenting the hermit?
She torments me, refuses to forgive me. I'm denied peace in the afterlife, and it's all her doing. Each day I come and beg her for clemency.
Beg her for clemency. You drink her blood, drive her mad with fear.
I don't know how to explain it, but yes, a monstrous force takes me. Though I also know I'll not have peace till the day Pinastri forgives me.
무슨 사이인데요?
You and the hermit, how do you know each
뭘
other?
잘못했길래?
We met as babes, grew up side by side. I loved her. Yet she was always sad. Nothing could cheer her. The world terrified her. I thought her gloom came from being poor. So I did my damnedest to take us from our village, make us a better life elsewhere.
근데
Became a squire, took her with me to
궁으로
the palace.
갔어.
But Pinastri soon learned nobles are no more decent than peasants, not a speck. Once even I'd grown vile to her eyes, she fled the palace and joined
사람들한테
the
실망해서
flagellants.
고행자가 되기로 했나봐요.
I left the court to be near her, yet she cast me off. Said she didn't want to know me. When the whip bearers proved too hard-hearted for her too, she became a hermit. I see it clearly now, though I never understood her while alive. From the grave's dark depth, the living are bright, sharp flares. You see all their thoughts at once. Now I understand why she had to cast me off.
She's full of rage. Probably what turned you into an Umbra. Why take the form of a horse?
A horse? What do you mean? Each day
끌어내서
since I died,
달리게
the power
만들어?
lifts me from my grave and makes me run. Then I return with blood
피가
in my
묻은
mouth.
채로 돌아와.
I don't know what this is, how it comes to pass, but I do know the torment will continue until she forgives me.
게롤트 하품하지 말고요.
But she sees me as a horse, you say?
Seems so. Same way I saw you.
게롤트 자기 직전인데?
Must have hurt her something awful if she refuses to forgive you. Would rather see you suffer. What did you do?
To her? Nothing. But my horse, I
말을
flogged
때려
it to death.
죽였어? 왜?
Pinastri, she saw this. Proud stallion, my Blaze. But he was a bucker and tossed me during a tourney. One I'd wanted to win badly.
그래서 말을 죽였어?
Pinastri had been so glad they'd let me stand. Me, a peasant's son. I wanted to win it for her.
말이 죽을 때까지
But that
때렸어?
horse made me
세상에.
loose. Rage overcame me. I struck and struck until at last he fell. Oh, the regret. I beg you forgive me. Absolve me in Blaze's very name.
게롤트 자? 난 내가 용서를 빌어야 할 대상이 있고 나한테 빌 게 아니지.
Can't forgive you for that. Not in my power.
But your horse could? Please, I'd do anything. I'm desperate. Help me. Noble mare, forgive me my sin.
듣기에는 딱히 암말은 아닌 것 같아. 목소리 암말이 아닌데 용서를 해줘? 아니면 왜 말한테 용서를 해달라고 그래? 그 여자한테 가서 용서해달라고 해야 되는 거 아니야? 물론 말한테도 용서해달라고 해야 되지만 로치가 그 말은 아니잖아.
Could free his spirit, pardoning him on behalf of his horse. But you shouldn't do it if you don't think he deserves forgiveness.
Did a rotten thing. Got no excuse. Your horse was loyal. Did the best damn job he could. 'Cause that's how we horses are.
True. I know I deserved what befell me.
But we aren't vengeful, don't hold grudges, don't dwell on being left in monster-infested woods. So, in your poor Blaze's name, I forgive you.
Oh, thank you. I feel it's incredible. Such relief, such lightness.
그렇게
All right then. Guess we might as well head back. Penastry's nights ought to be ghost-free from now
너
on.
왜 남자
Anything
목소리야
to add,
근데
Gallo?
루치?
Nope. Let's go see her.
궁금한데 암말이라며. 그리고 어린.
Phantom's gone. Shouldn't torment you ever again.
I felt a change. I did. As if I'd been released from a cramped, dank cellar.
이 여자가
I had come to believe no one could help me. I'm grateful.
그러니까 이
Butcher.
저주라고 해야 되나? 이거는 어디서 기인한 거야? 정확하게.
As agreed, your reward.
왜 아까 감자 갖고 왔는데? 60개 또? 고마워요. 아이 아줌마.
Ought to thank my horse, actually. Phantom's departure, mostly Roach's doing.
Then I thank you too, noble creature.
Gotta admit, easy peasy with our powers combined. So, what now? We hit the path? Ride to the nearest notice board? Rustle up another contract?
Exactly. Oh, effects of the bruise waning. I can feel it. Won't be able
저런.
to understand you soon.
안녕 로치.
That's horseshit. I mean, I got so much more I want to tell you, and...
Clever beasts, horses. Farewell, Witcher.
유령마 퀘스트를 완료했어요. 다른 애들이라고 말 걸면 대화가 좀 길 줄 알았는데 대화가 그닥 길지는 않네요.